last time around, we were talking about the fact that there have been a number of ETFs launched looking to increase trading between Saudi Arabia and Hong Kong. I believe today there's going to be an ETF tracking Saudi government bonds also being launched as well. What is the business objective here?
Hi, Joumanna, and good morning to your audience. So today we've launched an ETF with the underlying of the Saudi government sukuk. And it ticks many boxes. For us is having more ETFs, and this is part of a collaboration between the STG and Hong Kong Exchange. Another thing is, as part of our development on the debt market and the local debt market, this will ensure increased liquidity and also to educate the international investors about the many ways in how you can invest and get exposure to the Saudi government sukuk issuances.
Yeah. How are the actual trading volumes? I know that the volumes were high out of the gates. And what does it look like, 12, 18 months later now?
The liquidity is great, driven by the performance of the ETFs. So we've listed 2 ETFs last year, the biggest in our market. They've been performing very well, both of them, and I think it's encouraged the fund manager and some of the local asset managers to look into having a more specialized ETF with exposure to Chinese companies. This is part of the discussion we're having today. I think we have progressed very well. We believe we'll see something in the near future.
Yeah. Are there any signs of cross listings? Is that something that you're working on, having discussions around that?
So on the cross-listing side, we just recently published the depository receipt framework for public consultation. This is the most efficient way for any company to cross-list, and will pave the way if there's any company from Hong Kong or from any other reputable market want to cross into Saudi. This is the best framework to apply. For us, we are enjoying a very healthy IPO pipeline. Any company looking at the oversubscription that our companies are enjoying, the aftermarket performance as well. It's for us to be very selective, and we want to have the best companies that is aligned with our goals at the STG, at the Saudi capital market. But we are certain that many companies will want to cross-list in Saudi.
Yeah, and you mentioned the healthy start to the year from an IPO perspective. I believe so far about $1.3 billion has been raised. What does the pipeline look like for the rest of the year?
Well, very promising. So in 2024, we became #1 globally in the growth of number of listed companies with more than 14%. And year on year, we are doing 20 or almost 30% more than last year. So we'll probably be holding the same position this year. We've done 23 IPOs, 6 in the main market, and we have 24 approvals from the regulator. Then we expect more approvals to come. The good thing is they are, like last year, from different industries, different sizes. I believe it will keep the interest going on about the Saudi market.
Yeah, it's interesting with the ongoing diversification of the Saudi economy. What you're seeing is new industries enter into the IPO and look to do listings. Last year was a big year for the food and beverage industry. Which industry do you think is going to be the leading industry in 2025?
I think we'll continue seeing companies from the telecommunication, from information technology in general, from real estate and real estate development and real estate sector. We've seen the first company working in perfume for the first time this year, and there is an offering on the aviation. So we'll continue to diversify and be more reflective of the Saudi economy.
And what about about the investor pool, are you seeing increasing interest, demand out of foreign investors? And if that is the case, are you looking to perhaps ease some restrictions or trading restrictions in order to bring more outside money in?
Yeah, we've seen a great growth in foreign investor trading activity. Now they represent from 25 to 30% compared to maximum 15% last year. This is a result of our investment in our infrastructure, so they're now more familiar with the infrastructure that is similar to most developed markets. This will continue to increase. When it comes to their holdings, they've also increased by around 9% compared to last year. And as we are increasing the IPO, this will have an impact on our weight in the international indices. If the regulator decided to ease the rules that is governing the QFI, this will definitely help. We've seen what happened when the regulator allowed investors to invest in the companies working in the tall cities. So, I mean, the regulator have eased the requirements maybe 5 times since they launched back in 2015. Maybe they will do something this year or next year. This depends on many factors. But what we are hearing from the investor, they want to invest more. Every week we have new investors investing in our market. I think with the good momentum of IPOs, the development we're doing into our markets when it comes to the regulation technology, this is also more reason for them to increase their exposure to the Saudi market.